Hi, welcome to Higher Home. My name is Sid Isbell, and you're watching episode 2 of Life in the Yucatan. Today, we're going to talk about the cost of living in Mexico. So, what I've done today is I've chosen four cities, one U.S. city, Chicago. I just chose it at random. Puerto Vallarta, San Miguel de Allende, and Merida. All three of these cities are very popular destinations. Puerto Vallarta is a beautiful city on the coast. It's on the beach. San Miguel is more of a high altitude city. It's cooler. It's a very popular destination in the hot summers. And then Merida, which is again on the coast. It's on the very tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. So let's compare this. So we're looking right now at the typical house purchase price in Chicago. You can see that the typical price is $402,000. In Puerto Vallarta, it's $705,000. When I moved there, I was very surprised to see the price of real estate there. And a lot of the people that are coming from the US and from Canada are very surprised as well. So you can find things that are pretty affordable, but overall, Puerto Vallarta is a very steep real estate market. In San Miguel de Allende, 523. So both of those cities are ahead of Chicago in terms of mean housing price. In Merida, you have 195,000. So you're at half of what the price you have in Chicago, and far less than Puerto Vallarta or San Miguel. Let's look at the next slide. The next slide is typical land price. So in the U.S. in Chicago, $60,000 an acre. In Puerto Vallarta, $198,000 per acre. It's very, very expensive there. And in San Miguel, even more, $250,000 per acre. In Merida, it's $12,000 an acre. And I'll tell you, if you get outside the city, it's even lower. It's about 12 pesos per meter squared. So I'm not sure how much that is, but I'll look it up and put it in the comments later. It's very low, though, very affordable to buy big tracts of land out here in the jungle, and it's very beautiful. The next thing we're going to look at is monthly grocery budget for a couple, and the budget would be about $600 in the US. I actually think that's a little low. It depends on where you shop. If you're shopping at Whole Foods, I think it might be closer to 1,000. In Puerto Vallarta, it's $400. Again, where do you shop? If you're shopping at the high-end grocery stores, it can be more than that. San Miguel, 350, and in Merida, it's 300. I think the point is that the cost of living in Merida is lower. The prices are just lower. Cost of a mid-range dinner for two. In Chicago, it's about $100. In Puerto Vallarta, it's 52. In San Miguel, 47. And in Merida, 59. So this surprised me a little bit. I had somebody pull all this data for me. There are a lot of very nice high-end restaurants in Merida. And there are also lower-end restaurants that are very, very affordable. That's the same in all Mexican cities. In Puerto Vallarta, I could go to a taco truck and eat for $2. There was literally a food vendor down the street that sold like a fish taco, it was a ceviche taco. Each taco was $1, so I could get two for $2, and it was amazing. So same thing in all the Mexican cities. You can eat quite affordably. Price of a new Volkswagen Golf. Why someone chose that car, I don't know, but $25,000 in the U.S., 14,334 in Puerto Vallarta, 20,468 in San Miguel, and 19,298 in Merida. Now, why the cars vary in price across the different cities, I'm not sure. But the point is that they're cheaper here in Mexico. Price for gas. Gasoline is a lot more expensive here, so you're going to find pretty much a consistent price of around $5 a gallon, maybe a little bit different, but it's going to be expensive here. So that's a given. Annual car maintenance cost, you can see it's $1,200 in the U.S. and about $731 across the board in Mexico. Estimated monthly budget for a couple in the U.S. $5,750. In Puerto Vallarta and San Miguel, around $3,000, and in Merida, it's $2,055. So you can see consistently the cost of living is lower here in the Yucatan than it is in other areas of Mexico. So that's the takeaway from episode 2, and I want to thank you for watching. Thank you very much.